Hey guys, Double Wide 6, and today we're taking a look at this toolbox. This is a combination. It's a Matco 52-inch and a SnapOn, and it's an older style box, and what I'd like to do is join these two drawers together into one deep drawer. So that's going to be the plan, and that's what we're going to start working on. So I'm going to start just by removing this top drawer, and we're going to go ahead and cut the bottom out of it, I guess. So I'll get this removed and we'll be back. Up on the bench, what I have is this thinner drawer, the top drawer. I'm going to cut through the bottom. I want to try and keep as much strength as I can, and I'm also going to reuse this metal. So I'm just going to try and cut it the best I can, and I'm not a fabricator. Alright guys, I got that frame cut out. Believe it or not, this thing's still pretty rigid. This is a Snap-on box. I think it's 1000B or something like that. I gotta look it up. I'll list what it is. But now that I cut that out, I just want to lightly sand just so that there's no edges on this metal. So I'm using a flap disc, and I'm just going to run this across. Alright guys, so here's where I'm at. I got that top drawer cut out, all filed and smoothed over. The next step, I got to remove the under drawer, the lower one, because this Snap-on box has this lip here, and this needs to be removed because I'm going to have to weld sheet metal, and I need it to go straight on this surface up to the next drawer. So I'm going to pull this drawer out, and we're going to try and get this either, I guess, cut. So that's the plan. And just so you know, this is an older box, and you just loosen up these Torx screws and nuts, and these drawers will pop right out. I might do these two drawers and make them deep as well. So let me get this one out. So on the top edge of these drawers right here, this is folded over. I'm going to cut this off so I can weld a piece of sheet metal flat on here. Okay, so I got the drawers in. You can see the bottom's removed from this one. And this one, we just got rid of this top edge, it looks like. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a piece of metal that starts here and it goes straight up. And I'm going to try and tuck it underneath this lip here. So I took a measurement of that. It's 4 3/4, and what that should do is give me enough room to get it in here. There should be there's about a 1/4 inch play, and I'm hoping to leave about 1/8 of an inch on the bottom after I slip the piece in. And I've roughed these up because I'm going to plug weld, and because of the lock system on this box, there's some little tabs here. I'm going to add a little bit of metal here to bring it out in line with those tabs. So I'll add metal in a couple places, and then I should be able to tack it onto here. I don't really need to do the back, but I'm going to do it to give it support. This drawer is really flimsy at this point, but the bottom one's still pretty solid. So I'm going to start trying to rip this down. I wish I had a shear. I don't. And guys, if you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe. I got a ton of videos like this type of stuff going on. Alright. Alright guys, so what I'm doing is I'm taking this shelf bottom that I cut out and I'm clamping a fence on it, and I've set up my circular saw with a 7-inch metal blade. So we're going to use this abrasive blade and cut this off. It's a little bit easier to see what you're doing when you cut backwards because the sparks are going out forward. So this piece of drawer bottom's a little bit long, so I'm just going to cut it. Alright, I'm going to show you how this thing goes together. Now we'll see if it'll lock in. We're in. And then this is going to get drilled and plug welded. Just got to cut a piece for the back here. So I'll cut that one and we'll get that one fitted in. So I'm working on the back here, and I changed my mind. Instead of plug welding this, I'm just going to weld it right up here on this edge, and I'll tack it right back in here. So I already got it tacked in place. Alright guys, so yeah, I went fishing for about 3 hours, and now I'm back. So I'm back at this project, and I just finished up tack welding that, and I fit the drawer in, and you can see it's moving real nice. Everything's good and square. What I've done is I've put these bolts in, and that's kind of holding it in place. I had to use bigger bolts. I'm going to have to cut this off because the ones that were there aren't big enough because there's an extra piece of metal. I got a couple adjustments down here. These tabs are slightly off. I laid the left side out and then I traced it onto the right side, and apparently the left side wasn't quite right. I didn't realize that. So I got a little bit of adjustments to make, and then this thing will fit in there. The only other thing I'm going to do here is, since I have these ends bolted in place, and same with that corner, I'm going to drill a hole through this and just put in a nut and bolt, and that should hold it in the right spot so that I can weld it. So I have everything going in, and it all shuts properly and looks good. So like I said, I'm just going to bolt that thing in place, and then I got to make those little cuts and adjustments, and then I think we're ready to weld it. Alright, I'm going to put one on the other side too. Alright, so my plan is to get these drawers to pop off these slides, and then I'll put the bolts back in. That'll put the sheet metal in the right spots, and then I should be able to weld it. So I think I got it loose. Thing's heavy. Alright guys, I got it all bolted together, And I also widened the notches for those drawer slides. So what I'm going to do is just tack this together. I don't think I can tack out here because the drawer slides will be in the way. It'll interfere. So, but this one, it should be alright. So I'm going to try and tack that. Alright guys, so I got this thing welded up. I cut these notches a little bigger. I was going to drill holes and plug weld, but I ended up welding on the outside. And I think I'm going to touch that up with paint. Here's the back. I was going to do this differently too, but I just tacked it up top. And I'll put a little paint on that. But things are really solid. And now all we have to do is figure out if it's going to fit. So this is like the moment of truth. So hopefully this fits, and then I think I'll just do a little bit of touch-up paint on it. Alright guys, we're going to try and fit this in. Well guys, I got it done. It took about, I don't know, close to 5 hours I would say. So there it is. Looks good. I got to get some paint. So if you guys know what paint that you use that matches SnapOn, let me know. So I think I'm going to go through and touch this box up I might even brush it, I don't know. But yeah, this thing's working great, and it looks factory from the front, which is what I want. I mean, I could have just cut the front off this drawer and got rid of it and just used this drawer, but then I'd have a hole. But I think this is going to be, yeah, pretty helpful. And I have a lot of my tools and other toolboxes in here. And we're doing a little bit of fabrication work, which tends to be the messiest of anything that I do here. So yeah, 5 hours and I didn't clean up, but I'm really happy with the result. I think it looks pretty good. And like I said, I'm not a metal worker, so I'm just kind of learning as I go. I think what I'm going to do is these two, I'd like to put these guys together. There's just not, I mean, this drawer's about 1.5 inches is all you get. I mean, if you're putting wrenches in there, it's fine, but I have other stuff. So I think I'll do these two to match that one. I should be pretty good after that. So anyhow, guys, I am Double Wide 6. I appreciate you watching the video. And as always, make sure you're a subscriber. Click that like button and let me know down in the comments what you thought of the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Thumbs up. Take care.